we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done.
How are you so motivated to get things done when dealing with depression and anxiety? That is probably the number one question I get asked all the time. And if you are here right now, you're probably dealing with it or going through something like that, very similar. I know I have learned over the years that there's 3 reasons people watch cleaning motivation. And the number one is obviously to get motivated. I know a lot of people watch it though for inspiration or just to get enjoyment out of it. Often, a lot of times, people find them to be relaxing and things like that. But once again, the number one question is, how are you so motivated? So I really wanted to go over that and some maybe simple but very helpful mind tricks you may not have thought about when it comes to maintaining a clean home.
No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
What got me onto this subject was right after last week's video. And you guys know I am super open and honest. You guys know I have a seizure disorder. I do deal with depression and anxiety, and I am an introvert to the max. Like, I do not like going out and being social with people I don't know. I love hanging out with people I know. But when it comes to people I don't know, not a big fan of it. I'm not a good small talk person. And I got a message last week asking how I get so much done if I have depression, anxiety. Like, is there ever days that I just don't want to get out of bed? And it made me think about this more in depth and why I do what I do. And I try and touch on this every single week a little bit of things to do to stay motivated and to get rid of the anxiety of having so much to do. But I found out that the biggest thing was faking it till you make it. And that sounds so cliche, but it's very, very true. There are definitely days where I just don't feel like getting out of bed. But I have learned over the years that on those days I don't get out of bed, I feel even worse than the days that I made myself get up and get stuff done. So that may sound very cliche, but if you are someone that is dealing with that today and you just feel like you just can't get up, don't want to get up, you're just not motivated, I recommend trying the fake it till you make it. It does make a big difference. And I have definitely learned that even though something may seem hard and something may seem useless to try, once you start doing it, you notice the benefits. I also used to not be as good at it as I am today. It used to be a lot worse. But little tricks and mind tricks make a big difference.
Turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up.
Now, talking about mind tricks, and this is another one that may sound so cliche or uber positive, but rewiring how you think makes a big difference. It can be extremely monotonous and just like, why am I cleaning when I know I'm going to have to clean all of this again? But if you change your mindset a little bit, it does help in the long run. If you're thinking, why am I going to clean the kitchen when I'm just going to have to clean it again after lunch and then again after dinner? Like, why even bother? Think of it as eating. You're feeding yourself, but you're just going to get hungry again. It's things we do to better ourselves. I've definitely learned that my brain, my emotional status, and everything is in a much better space when my home is clean. So knowing that, yes, I'm going to do this again, but it's just like sleeping and eating. I'm going to sleep, and then after I wake up, I'm going to end up tired again and going to have to sleep again. We do this because it makes us healthier in the long run. A lot of people don't think of cleaning as something that keeps you healthy, but I 100% believe and have proven in my own life that cleaning absolutely makes you healthier mentally, physically, and all of the above. And if you are ever really, really struggling, my biggest recommendation is to declutter. The hardest part about cleaning is having too many things. When you get down to a more simple, basic setup, life is so much easier. It's overwhelming, especially with social media nowadays. I feel like our society is all about consuming, consuming, consuming. But sometimes instead of just consuming, we have to actually produce something. So being able to declutter and maintain a clean home will definitely give you mental clarity, emotional clarity, and help you with all of those things.
Give me a reason to get out of bed.
Now, there are definitely days where being a homemaker or a stay-at-home mom, because you definitely can be a homemaker and not be a mom, but being a homemaker or a mom can feel very lonely, very secluded, and all of those things, and you just feel like you're doing this all by yourself. So I want you to take a second and look at the like and views on this video right now. I don't know when you are watching this, so there may only be a couple hundred views currently. There may be a couple hundreds of thousands of views. But that right there is going to tell you, you are not alone. You are definitely not alone. I am definitely going through it, so I am here with you. And I can guarantee there are hundreds of other people going through this also. So don't feel alone. Leave comments down below. I would love for everyone to connect. This community is so good at uplifting people. So if you're struggling, leave them down in the comments below. Let this community wrap you up and make you feel more together and like this is a community, because it really is. You guys have been there through so many ups and downs. You guys know, if you've been with my channel for a while, this has been a really hard year for me. Bobby and I have been trying to have a baby for well over a year now. I've gotten pregnant twice and lost both of those pregnancies. Like, it's been a hard year, and you guys have always been the ones there to uplift me and make me feel so much better. So let's do that for each other. I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone in this journey, and I want you to know that I'm definitely here for you. So if you ever have any questions, leave me comments or message me on Instagram. I always recommend Instagram. I usually am really good at getting back to Instagram. So that is the easiest way that we can have a conversation. And you can ask people around. If you message me, most of the time, unless I am crazy hectic busy, I will sit down and have a conversation. I enjoy chit-chatting with you guys and everything. Oh, if you guys have not used this Zep cleaner, it is so good on walls and doors and light fixtures. Yeah, it is amazing. I wanted to get these walls steam cleaned, which brings me to another point of, why are you cleaning a clean house? Now, you guys know I am upfront and honest. I show you the dirt and the grime as much as I can. You guys know often cameras don't show it as bad as it is. But if you are ever in the mindset of why clean a clean house, I clean a clean house because it's easier to maintain a clean house. So if I do something when it's not too bad, looks clean on camera, it makes my life so much easier. So if you are ever wondering why clean a clean house, I want you to rethink that because it will make your life so much easier if you think, I should be cleaning a clean house. The stress level of cleaning a clean house is a lot lower than cleaning a dirty house.
And I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love. There's something about the way she...
All right, that is my rant for the morning, but I really felt like there's a lot of people that needed to hear it, especially this time during the holidays. I don't know about you, but holidays are stressful. There's always things to do, things to get done. Like, they're a lot of fun. But I feel like as much as Christmas season is the happiest time of the year, it is also the most anxiety-driven time of the year. So I wanted to put that out there. And like I always say, remember, it's progress over perfection, because perfection is a lie. It is not true. It is not real life. So always focus on progress.
You can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
So, real mom life going on this week. So, my kids actually only have this week left of school. Next week starts their winter break, which is great. Except Bjorn has had this lingering cough. And if you guys have been with my channel for a while, you know this. But if you're new, you do not. My son, who is 8, he's my middle child, he has the trifecta: asthma, allergies, and eczema. So we had a cold front come through and it hit him right in the chest. Well, I forgot how difficult it can be dealing with people that don't understand asthma. I actually had to pick him up again today, this morning, which is why if this video goes out a little late, that is why. But it can be so frustrating because people don't understand it, and he's not great. Like, he is having a hard time breathing, but he's had his inhaler, he's had his nebulizer, he's going through his steps, but he's not like sick, like contagious. So I go and pick him up today, and the attendance lady, right away, her question is, if he can't breathe, you got to take him to the doctor. And I'm like, well, it's not that he can't, like I have the stuff. And he's having heavy breathing, but it's not like really bad breathing. And if you have asthma, you understand. There's different severities of it. So he is having heavier breathing, but it's not so severe that he has to go to the doctor. It's just heavy breathing. He's going to need some nebulizer treatments, his inhaler, things like that. Oh, but I did leave the school, and I always feel like I am doing something wrong as a mother, because people that don't understand it are always like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Why is he at school? And it's like, well, breathing stuff like this could last weeks till it's completely out of his chest. Like, I can't keep him out of school for weeks because of his asthma. Obviously, if it's really bad, I will. So I am struggling with that. Since being down here in Florida, he hasn't had any really bad asthma flare-ups, which is one of the big reasons we moved, is his asthma and eczema is way better down here in the warm, humid air. So this is the first time dealing with it at the school. And yeah, it was, it was an experience. So I did bring him home today, but I was trying to talk to him about, not Bjorn, but the school, about like this is asthma. This isn't, he's sick per se, like school sick. I don't know. If you are a parent of a kid who has asthma, you probably get this. Or if you have asthma, you probably get this. Because, yeah, there are just times. I remember his first year in kindergarten. He was like, had to have been one of the first kids with asthma. And it was during the whole COVID going on. It was like the year after the big debacle. And I got a call to take him home and get him COVID tested. And he was having an asthma attack. And the nurse didn't give him, the nurse wasn't in. So the front desk lady just called me and didn't give him his inhaler. And I went through this whole situation that year with that school. And I feel like I'm just now going through the whole thing again of trying to explain that it's not, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it to you guys, but I think you get it. He's not sick. He's just has asthma. Like, he's sick, but it's not the sick that they think it is.
I was insecure, caught up in the pain, but you showed me how to heal. Took my scars, bruises and broken heart, numbed all the pain, show me how to heal, and now I don't.
All right, and then into my bedroom, just doing the tidy up. You guys know that I don't usually clean my room right away in the morning. I'm more of a morning person. Bobby's more of a night person, so he gets up after me. And for everyone that's going to say, let Bobby make the bed, I am a little bit too much of a control freak for that. He does make the bed, and I appreciate when he makes the bed, but it's not made to the way that I would make it, and that sounds so stupid. So on the days he makes the bed, I let it be, but I am a little bit more picky on the way the bed looks. So I usually, after he's woken up and I've gotten other stuff done in the house, I come in and make our room up. If you are ever struggling with motivation, I highly recommend cleaning somewhere in your house that will stay clean all day. It is so nice. I love making my bed every single day because I know my room will be clean until I go to bed that night. I also just feel like it's a lot easier to relax and wind down getting into a already made bed for the evening. So I will come in here every day and just tidy up the room. Sometimes if it's later in the day, I don't put on my decorative pillows, which is what I'm grabbing out right now. I'll just leave the bed exactly how you see it right now. But if it's earlier in the day, I personally enjoy my pretty pillows. Yes, they are useless other than just looking pretty, but I do love it. And this is the Sea Salt Noirly linen spray, and I just love the way this stuff smells. It smells so good. I have been getting a ton of questions lately about my sheet set though. So I ordered this flannel sheet set right off of Amazon. Last time I looked, it did say it was sold out, which I'm not too surprised because it is, we're more into December. But I just looked up Christmas flannel sheets. So that is how I found these ones. I love them. I feel like they're a good pop of Christmas without being too busy. You guys know I like my neutrals, but I also like to have a pop. So these flannel sheets, I think, were just perfect. I will say, I don't know if they're the like highest of quality. I wouldn't buy these for year round. I am more picky about my sheets that I use all year round. But for the holiday season, I absolutely love these. I wanted to go around though and just dust off everything. The top of your doors, I can guarantee if you have not touched them in a while, are super dirty. I try and stay on top of it, but it's definitely one of those areas that would guess most of us forget about just because you don't see them. especially me, like I'm 5'3". There is no way that I am seeing the top of my door frame. So it is not top of mind at all. So that is why I wanted to go in and get those areas done. This duster is from Grove. I've now had this duster for years. And it is nice because it is reusable, but I go between that and my Swiffer. You guys know if I'm dealing with really dirty areas, I love using my Swiffers because when they get dirty, I can just replace them right away. But into the hallway, this is the hallway to the kids' bedroom. So this hallway, once again, on camera, it doesn't look that bad. But if you have littles, you know how they like to run their hands across the wall. And they don't care if there are boogers or Cheeto dust or anything on them. So they get really dirty. I do love this steamer though. This is the Wagner steamer. I got this a couple months ago now, after my Steam Shot had died. And I loved my Steam Shot. And it was completely my fault that it ended up getting ruined. I had stored it with water in it, and you're not supposed to do that. But yeah, so I ended up getting this Wagner, and I just really like the versatility of this because I like to steam a lot of things. It's one of those things of if I'm cleaning out windows, or here you can see me cleaning the walls, the floors. And it's got a much, much larger water tank. So this water tank took me through the entire day of going around and cleaning different areas of the house.
내 생각을 하지나 할까 사랑 그 반대말이 뭔지 아나요 그건 무관심 어설프긴 해도 괜찮은 놈이에요.
One big thing though to keep in mind is be careful on painted surfaces, like you want to move quickly, because this is like putting hot heat onto it. So definitely keep that in mind. This steamer will peel paint, especially if it's an area that's not in the greatest of conditions already. So definitely keep that in mind when you are using this. So it works really well. I used it on the doors and the trim, but I definitely made sure to move a little bit quicker in those areas where like on my floors, it's not as big of a deal. I tried using it on this door right here and it definitely worked. But this door needs to be stripped. The paint on it is peeling and stuff. The previous owner, I don't know. Before we bought this house, she had obviously paid someone to come in and just spray everything white. Doors, walls, everything. It was all the same sheen. It was all the same color white, everything. But it looked like they might have put a water base over an oil-based paint or something like that. So different areas of the house, the paint is peeling, and I need to go through and strip them all, but if you guys have ever stripped doors or finish off of any furniture, you guys know it is a lot of work, and I just haven't brought myself around to do it yet, and it's not like top priority at this point, but definitely needs to be done. But that door definitely showed it when I used the steamer. It started any of the areas that had started peeling, it just brought it all back. But then I had the robot vacuum go in here and do the vacuuming for me. That way I could get other stuff done around the house. And then once it was done, I came back and did the floors. I am spraying on the floor a Pine Sol solution. This just really helps even when you are steaming. One, it smells amazing, but also with being in the bathroom, it's a nice little disinfectant as well. I do also change out the pads, so keep that in mind. I have multiple of these pads so that I'm not going from one area of the house to the next, mainly the bathrooms to the next. I feel like if I do the kitchen, I can do the bedrooms or the hallway, not a big deal. But usually I like to switch it out before moving on from the bathroom to somewhere else. But with the power of editing, you guys don't need to see all of that. If I was thinking, I should have done the hallway first, because then I wouldn't have had to get a fresh, clean new pad. I could have done the hallway and then the bathroom, because that doesn't bother me too much. It's just because I did the bathroom first, when I was done with it, I was like, well, dang it, now I gotta change the pad, especially when you're in the kids' bathroom.
Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going. The flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile upon my face. They leave their branches one by one.
And now into the family room. This is another monotonous chore, it feels like. There's always things hanging out on the tables and all around the place. My kids actually went to a birthday party the other weekend at Sky Zone. They had so much fun. And in the goodie bag was these silly strings. So that is what I was picking up off this table. I told them they can use it, but they have to wait till after Christmas, because I don't want them obviously using it in the house. And I don't want them using it out where the animals are and the animals thinking it's food. So I told them they can use that for the new year and use it in the front yard, where I know I don't need to worry about the dogs or the ducks or anyone getting at it. As you can see, Little Miss Minnie's personality has definitely come out. She is way more hyper and crazy. She's doing pretty good at potty training. We're still working on it. As you know, puppies are definitely take some time, but she's been doing pretty good. So I am very happy about that. Since I had the steamer out, though, and it still had water in it, and like I said before, I ruined my last steamer by not cleaning out the water before storing it away, I decided that I was going to go in and give the furniture a really good cleaning. This is great for leather or upholstery. To go in and steam clean it, it freshens it up. If you have fabric, I used to do this on my fabric sofas all the time, just to help with sanitizing or any smells, but also with the leather, because my leather has it's not completely smooth. There's some texture in it, and you guys know whenever there's any type of texture, it's easy for oils and dirt to build up and makes it a little bit harder to clean. Well, the steam cleaner works amazing. It gets in all of that, loosens it all up, and then I just went in with a cloth to wipe it down. I was all out of pads, though, for this. I had used it throughout the house. So I am actually using one of my mop socks, and it worked really well. I just jerry-rigged my mop sock on top of it, and it worked perfect. So definitely going to be doing this again in the future.
Sleeves pulled up and my head held high. No shirt, no shoes, but a beating heart, and I made sure that my tongue was tied. Try to shut up and just put up with all the lies they told. Guess this is what it's like when you grow up. I'm feeling old. Some say it's normal when you get formal. It comes with age, what a mistake. Cause when I was a kid, I dreamt of something greater, like standing on a stage and hearing all those people shout my name. But now I'm hanging low and looking for someone to blame. So
I'm not gonna lose myself.
So the new year is right around the corner. I am curious if you guys have any New Year's resolutions. I never get too much into New Year's resolutions. My one every year is just trying to do better. Trying to do better this year than I did the year prior. I have learned that New Year's resolutions can always be very overwhelming, so I try not to overwhelm myself on it. But I'm curious if you guys have any, because for some people they work out really well. I'm also curious, with the new year coming up, what you guys have been most interested in seeing. I know I've asked this in the past, but I like to ask this multiple times just to get everyone's opinions. Plus, I know opinions change, but I'm curious. Are you guys still enjoying these like 30-ish minute videos? Would you prefer shorter videos, but more often? What are you guys looking for? I know if I do 30-minute videos, I can really only do about 2 videos a week because they just take a lot of time to produce them. But if I did shorter videos, like 10-minute videos, I could probably do a couple more a week. But I also know you may just get sick of seeing my face multiple times a week. So let me know in the comments below what you guys have been enjoying watching, the longer ones, the shorter ones, and all of that in the info. Just like I said, leave me a comment down below. That's the easiest way for me to figure out what you guys are thinking.
First time I ever saw you, I fell in love when you entered the room. And when the light hit your face, we were just kids, but I knew right away that I will be with you until I stop breathing. I will keep loving you as long as my...
Also, just a big thanks to everyone that answers my questions when I ask them. It's a huge help. You guys have no idea. I try and research and figure out what people might like, but honestly, the only way I know is by asking. So thank you if you participate in helping me out with those things or responding to my community tab if I have something out on there. It's a huge help, and I really, really do appreciate it.
Without you, even though years have gone by, I'm still in love with the way that you smile. And when I look in your eyes, I know that I will be with you the rest of my life. I will be with you until I stop breathing. I will keep loving you.
Well, if you have made it this far into the video, thank you guys. I am so glad you guys are still here. I really, really do appreciate it. And I would love if you would leave me a Christmas tree emoji down below. I'm still getting photos from you guys for the sharing your holiday displays at the end of my videos. But if you have not sent them and you still want to, you definitely can. What do we have? Like 3 more videos until Christmas. So there's 3 more videos till Christmas coming up. So I am still accepting those holiday photos. And talking about holiday photos, here are some new ones for this week.
I wanna grow